Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today I am on the public test server to have a look at a Furious Pepper Shaker. So this is something I'm a little bit skeptical about just because the ammo capacity on the Pepper Shaker is kind of on the low side, but I've had a number of people request that I look at this, so that's what we're going to do today. This is the Pepper Shaker I'll be using. It is Furious with faster weapon speed, faster reload speed, and the pinpointers effect. I also have it modded with the hex barrel and the laser magazine. Now, because the Pepper Shaker is a shotgun and a heavy gun, it means it benefits from a lot of perks, but it also means you can't have the maximum rank of all of those perks. So what I've done is one rank of all of the shotgunner perks and one rank of all of the heavy gunner perks. And because I will be reloading quite a lot, 50 is really low ammo capacity for a heavy gun. We've got lock and load for extra 60% reload on heavy guns. And I also have scattershot, which gives us an extra 30% reload for shotguns. And we are going to use, we'll be using Gorilla and Gunslinger perks because of the Onslaught effect. Now, if you do have a question about Onslaught, if you don't know what it is or you just want to know more, I do have a video and it's linked in the description. But we have the Gunslinger Expert, which will add ranged weak spot damage and give us 3 more stacks. And we'll be able to get up to 20 stacks total between Furious and the Gunslinger and Gorilla perks. So that'll be an extra 20% weak spot damage. Then we have Gorilla Expert, which will give us 1% more reloads per stack. So at maximum stacks, that'll give us an extra 20% reload. So there's another reload bonus. Gorilla Master will give us plus 5% range damage to close enemies per stack. And that adds 5 stacks. That'll be an extra 100% damage to close enemies, that's a lot of damage, again, at maximum stacks. And it will be doing critical hits whenever possible. So we have Critical Savvy and Better Criticals. I'm going to remove Ricochet. That'll randomly kill enemies. And if I'm doing a weapon test, having a perk that kills enemies isn't super helpful. And I'm going to remove Bullet Shield as well. Now, my armor does have limit breaking as the 4th star, so I will be able to do a critical hit every other shot. So these are the foods I'm running, the food buffs. So a mix of AP regen, extra critical damage, extra AP, agility, endurance, and perception. And these are the mutation: Bird Bones, Carnivore, Eagle Eyes, and Herd Mentality. Again, it's going to give us extra AP, extra critical damage, extra VATS accuracy. I also have Speed Demon, which will help with those reloads, so just more reload speed. And I will be playing in first person, and I will show you why right here. So and it has to do with the reload. So if I shoot and stop shooting and try and reload, there's a delay where it makes me, I think it waits for a spin up or a spin down, I guess, before to let me reload. Whereas if I play in first person, as soon as I stop shooting, I can immediately reload, and you can see those reloads are nice and snappy with all those reload bonuses. So I don't know which is the way it's supposed to be. They should be the same, first and third person, but they're not. So one of them is obviously a bug. I just don't know which way, but first person will give me quicker reloads, so that's the way we're gonna do things. Now, I would expect this to handle super mutants fairly, everything handles super mutants fairly easily, so let's see how we do here. Okay, that was nice and quick. We built up stacks pretty quick though. So let's see if we can get it, because we can only get up to 20, so that'll give us our maximum bonus. 20 will give us our maximum bonus. So yeah, and you can see the stacks will drop over time, so we want to move from enemy to enemy as quickly as we can, because, Furious at that maximum bonus is giving us 100% bonus damage, which is pretty nice. That's a pretty big, okay. This is dealing with things really quickly. There's something, I don't like playing in first person. It makes it harder to see what's going on. Your view is just so much more compressed than playing in third, but the reload lag is just too much. So I actually wanted to try this against the Guardian, and I did, and I can tell you that 50 rounds is just not enough. You spend too much time reloading, and it just isn't. It's a very slow way to fight the Guardian, and honestly a very frustrating, there we go, a very frustrating way to fight the Guardian, and this is just not a good weapon for it, even with quad, which is probably the way I'd still go, even though you're giving up a little bit of damage. All right, so that's not the best. I'm not doing a very good job of maintaining the stacks and reloading there for whatever reason. There we go. But yeah, it wasn't, it just isn't good. It just kind of sucks against the Guardian, at least as a, with Furious, just because the ammo capacity is just too low. All right, I found a tanky enemy. We've got a Blue Devil here, so let's see how we do against the Blue Devil. Because they tend to be rather tanky. Okay, this is all right. They actually did a really good job of chewing through the Blue Devil. I'm actually impressed. That Yeah, blue devils tend to be kind of tough. They tend to have a lot of health, and that, wow, that was super quick, super easy. I'm surprised, so really good for that. So let's try a Mirelurk Queen. They tend to also be rather tanky. There's, oh, jeez, okay. Try and do a critical hit before I actually am in VATS, and that's what happens. Oh, okay, that was instant death there. Let's see, this is a level 75, instant death there. Oh, okay. I'm not used to the spin up. That's what's happening. I'm used to immediately going into, you know, starting to shoot, going into VATS, and yeah, that's because of the spin up. The delay I'm just not used to. So I'm trying to do my critical hits a little too soon. But I do think that close-up damage helps a lot as well. So at maximum stacks, we're getting 100% bonus damage from the weapon, plus we're getting 100% close-up damage as well. So that's quite a lot of extra damage. So let's see how we do. Okay. All right, this actually does pretty well against this actually does pretty well against tanky targets. The key here will be getting the Scorch Beast to land, and I do have Enforcer for just that reason. So if I can get her to land where I can be close enough to really do some of that extra, you know, close-up damage. Let's do a wing. Is that a wing? There we go. Nice and crippled. Let's, where did she go? All right, let's see about doing a headshot here and see how quickly we can melt the, wow, okay. This does really well. I'm super impressed with this. Yeah, I'm actually really impressed with this. So this is actually really fun and a lot stronger than I expected it to be. The way it dealt with the Blue Devil, the Mirelurk Queen, and a Scorch Beast, actually, I found that to actually be pretty impressive. So I think when the new season comes, I'm going to craft me one of these to just run around with and have some fun. And the new season should hit sometime in early March, so we're really not that far away. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit one of the buttons, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Thank you very much.